Hey everybody, and welcome back to what was supposed to be another speed build Saturday, but honestly this past week has been such a whirlwind and just so much chaos has been thrown my way that I'm willing to deal with what it is, and honestly I'm just happy that I got this house up before Christmas and in general at this point. Today we're building in Windenburg on the lighthouse lot, and I am building like a mid-century kind of modern sort of house. I'm going for that old but trying to be new sort of architecture with some of those really cool like patterns and like wood tones and conversation pieces and things like that. Right now I am working on the floor plan, and I really wanted to do something diagonal since I never ever do anything diagonal, and it honestly is a challenge to do stuff on a diagonal in this game, so we went with it, and I honestly really like the way it turns out in the end, so I'm gonna go ahead and just let you guys chill out and listen to the music for a second. Moving on to the roofing, this house ends up having like a disjointed sort of tri-piece roof along with a couple of flat ones throughout the house over like the porches and like entryways and things like that, and just where I really couldn't fit a roof and make it look good. But I'm working on getting all of the different levels of the roof done. I'm super glad that we have platforms because it makes stuff like this a lot easier. I honestly think one of my favorite things about this house is that it is so big, but it's all one floor so that you won't have to wait for your Sims to go all the way across the house, up the stairs, all the way back across the house to wash the dishes. Instead, they'll just stay on the same floor and walk all the way across the house. But I am using the little wood panels from Snowy Escape to make sort of a solid wooden panel between those windows because there just wasn't any actual solid wooden panels that I liked for this. They weren't exactly the right color or the right vibe, so I made my own. And I wanted this house to have a lot of natural light in it, so that's why I have so many of these big, huge, beautiful windows, and I kind of just cover up a little of them with those wooden panels, but I really wanted to let the sun in just to kind of get that beautiful snowy sunset sort of look. Moving back inside, I'm deleting a couple of the walls I had from making the floor plan originally just to kind of get it to its final state before I start decorating and furnishing it. Like over here, I end up taking this inset dresser kind of area and moving it outwards just because that hallway ended up being a little too empty for my liking. And then moving back on into the kitchen, I thought I was gonna do this cool little wraparound, but I actually hated how it looked, so I decided both sides can have a pillar and it'll look nice, and we'll also have a little window into the dining room so that you can have breakfast right at the little table if you'd like. And then I wanted to have a kitchen island just to have like the stove right in the middle of the room because I really love that look. And as odd as it may sound, a lot of the color scheme for the house comes from the cabinets and stuff that I wanted to use. Like I really liked this dark wood, so I kind of wanted to take that throughout the entire house, and I ended up using a dark wood on basically the entire floor of the house. I believe I ended up settling on the floor from Eco Living just because I really liked the texture. I feel like this far into the build is a good time for a fair warning that this build is not super pack friendly to those of you that are a little bit more frugal than I. I have literally all the packs except for Journey to Batu and some of the like fashion kits. But other than that, I have everything at my disposal to build because building is one of my favorite things to do. So this house has a little bit of a lot. With one bathroom nearly complete, that is the first out of 3. I tried to make this house really friendly for both the Sims that live here and also when you choose to host events. So nobody's fighting over the bathroom when you have company, at least that's the hope. But moving on into the living room, I start decking it out with a better fireplace, some nice cozy rugs, and then a couple of couches and some curtains. I really tried to give it all like a nice colorful Christmassy sort of vibe. And I'm sorry for the My First Pet Stuff coffee table, but I love that little fish table. It's so cute. And honestly, what house of mine isn't complete with some sort of indoor garden? And listen, I'm not usually one for being so Christmassy and festive for this holiday, but I really wanted this house to be a fun place where you could have a banging Christmas party with your Sims whole extended family, and there's enough space for everybody. And even though the bedrooms are more kind of personal space for the Sims that live here, I still wanted to keep with the kind of holiday vibe inside too. So we've got a nice red, black, and white color scheme going on in here. And this is more of a teen's bedroom, so I gave them just a nice simple writing desk, a musical keyboard, and then I want to say I give them like a college planner. Yeah, I do. But I wanted this to look like just your average teenager's room, not really anything super gender specific. Moving on into the kids' bedroom, I honestly think now is a good time in the build to kind of explain why this one has taken me so long and exactly what sort of whirlwind I went through. I feel like you guys deserve that much. But this past week, we actually had somebody in the family pass away from COVID, and we had the viewing on Friday, and then Sunday morning we were told that we were likely exposed ourselves at the viewing, so we had to run out, find somewhere to get tested, and we're waiting on the results now. On top of all that, we just found out yesterday that my husband's dad has leukemia, so we really can't take any chances right now. So we missed Christmas last year with my mom's side of the family, but it really seems like it's going to be the same this year too, which kind of sucks, but we have to do what we have to do to keep our family safe, and my father-in-law is my family too, so it's my job to keep him safe as well. So it really just has felt like one thing after another this past week, but hopefully the new year will bring new things, better things, at least that's the hope. But I trauma dumped on you guys, so now it's only fair that you guys get the same opportunity. So in the comments down below, feel free to let me know how this fall has treated you. Yes, fall. Today is the first official day of winter in the Northern Hemisphere, so I mean, at least that's exciting. From here on out, the days will start getting longer, so hopefully anybody's seasonal depression will start easing up a little bit as the sun stays around a little longer. But let me know how you've been doing. I'd really like to hear from you guys too. However, with all of that oh woe is me stuff out of the way, back to the build. I actually had a lot of trouble setting up this little study room. I really wasn't sure exactly how I wanted the floor plan to be in here. I knew I wanted a couple of skill building items like a computer and a chess table, but I just wasn't exactly sure how I wanted this room to look to get it to look as nice as it could and have all of the skill building that I wanted there to be in here. But I ended up shrinking down the desk a little bit and just kind of making everything fit in here a little bit more like how I wanted. And I'm only realizing now in this voiceover that I added a little Einstein table to both the child's room and the study. So if I haven't already uploaded the slot, I'll make sure to replace one of the two with a creativity table instead. With the entire western wing complete, it is time to work on the eastern wing, or more accurately, the master wing, because basically this entire side of the house is the master suite, some laundry, and then actually left the garage space empty because I know not everybody has all the packs that I do, and not everybody requires all of the silly, weird, big skill building items that there are to add into like a garage type space. So I decided to skip it this time and just leave it empty for you guys to fill at your leisure. And then I added a sitting space to the master bedroom just to give it kind of an enhanced feeling of privacy when you first walk in. So like the kids aren't gonna walk in and immediately get their eyes burnt out by watching mom and dad woohoo, you know what I mean? Moving on into the master bathroom, I wanted to make this kind of like a segmented kind of moment. I wanted there to be a nice inlaid shower and then an upraised bathtub along with a nice open counter space with a his and her sink. And around the corner past the shower, we will also have a little walk-in closet type of area. And you guys know how much I love this tile from the Parenthood pack, but it just was not fitting the vibe this time. So I switched it to a Realm of Magic tile instead, and I think I like the way it looks a lot better. And then this little walk-in closet space is another one of those areas that I just kind of struggled to figure out how I was going to set up. I think it was partially because the space is a little weird because it's diagonal, but also because the lighting in the shower was just throwing off how the cabinets themselves looked. But once I figured that out, I was able to kind of move in and do exactly what I wanted to instead, and it doesn't look nearly so screwy, and I really do like how it turned out at the end. And the garage bathroom gets the barest of minimums just to make it functional and useful for the Sims that live here. And then we will move straight on into the lighting because I kind of slacked off a little bit removing the plain ceiling lights and moving in the nicer, softer lighting. But with the interior done, we can start working on the outside, getting the wood down for both of the porches, and then out back I wanted to have a nice little eating, dining space with just a really nice bar. So I wanted to use this Perfect Patio, I think is the packet that this is from, and I wanted to make sure that we had a little gardening space for mom or dad to use, along with a sandbox for the kids to play in, and then I also added in this little swing set for the kids as well, just because I feel like I never have enough outdoor activities for the kids, so I really wanted to make sure that I had some this time. In front of the house, I wanted to do a huge, grand sort of entry space at the front of the house. So we've got a huge driveway that leads into the garage where guests can quote unquote park, and then a couple of beautiful planters with natural flora in them. The natural flora courtesy of Debug, of course. And once I have all the plants down, it'll be time to edge out these nice little garden spaces, which I'm going to do with individual rocks, which I'll actually pay for this time for once, just because I made a rounded section that cannot have a rounded fence on it because it's just not quite perfect enough. But with these planters just about done, we can actually go ahead and hop into live mode, and I can go ahead and give you guys the tour, so stick around. And here we are on a beautiful winter's night in live mode in Windenburg. Everything has a beautiful coating of snow on it out front, which is just perfect for the holidays. And as we make our way up front, unfortunately, all of the painting on the ground is covered up, but approaching the front door, you can actually already get a peek in and see the Christmas tree. So walking in, you've got a nice little place to hang up your coat, and then a cozy little living room, followed by the study, which has a chess table, a desk, and then the little Einstein table, which I'll keep that one in there. But moving on, we've got this skinny little bathroom, perfect for just a small space. And then the children's bedroom, which I wanted to have like kind of a Starry Night Wonderland, Candyland sort of vibe. In here, we've got a nice kind of more dark, somber sort of feeling in here. And then that is it for this side of the house. We will work our way back across the living room, and we will go through the kitchen into the laundry hallway. And one thing I really love about the layout of this house is just how easily everything flows from one thing to another. So like, we'll just do a quick little U-turn here and take a turn into the master bedroom. In here we've got a Colt sim, a nice little sitting space, the master bed, and a beautiful place to paint, followed by the private master bathroom, which everything is separate in, so you know you don't have to take a poop where you're gonna take a bath. But that is actually just about it for the inside of the house, aside from this cute little dining room. So we'll just take a quick look there, go outside and see the snow-dusted back porch with the bar, a nice little heating lamp, a picnic table, and then around the bend we have the little gardener's stop. So we have a couple pots, the flower arranging table, we've got the balloon bucket for the kids along with their sandbox and also their swing set. But that is actually just about it for the house. So this is up on the gallery as a mid-century holiday home, and I really hope you all enjoyed watching the build, and I hope you all have a beautiful holiday with your family and a wonderful new year, and that it all brings everything you could ever want. But that is going to be it for me today, guys, and that's actually going to be it for me for the rest of the year. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below with something you'd like to see me build next. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, and then as always guys, have a good day, a new year, and I'll see you later.